Hello, everybody, and hello, Jeffrey Peck. How are you?
Hi, darling. I'm so happy to be here with you again.
I'm so excited to have you here and to be with you there again. Yeah, there's so much going on right now, and sometimes it's hard to get together, but I always love it when we are.
I do too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you. So much fun to talk to you and laugh with you. So I did put a notice out. We were going to do mediumship. We're not now. We're just going to be doing the intuitive readings tonight. So it's a lot of energy to go in and out of the mediumship sometimes, and sometimes that's just not the day that we're supposed to be doing it.
Yep.
So I just want you all to know that also we have a trip coming up together.
We do have a trip coming up together.
Right? Yeah. So anybody that's still interested, Awaken, Immersed, and Inspired in Sedona Retreat is coming up June 12th through the 15th. And then there'll be Reiki 3 and 4 right after that for a couple of days. And, you know, I thought Reiki, I love it. I've had it before, but I hadn't ever, I think I didn't Reiki 1 before. But doing Reiki out there, learning Reiki out there and getting the attunement in Sedona and with you three, because you get Jeffrey, you get Debbie, you get Kevin, and it's like, whew, phenomenal.
I am so excited. I'm so excited about this next trip. I mean, it is, remember last year when we were saying, how are we gonna improve on this? Like, it was so spectacular for all of us. It was transformative for every single one of us, even us, facilitating, right? But as spirit would have it, this next one is even next level, and we've added an extra full day, and the workshops are deep. And like Kevin said in one of his emails, he said, if last year was about awakening, this year is about really going deep and immersing yourself into that deep healing, letting all of that bubble to the surface to open the space for that expansion, that spiritual expansion, that conscious expansion. And we have a full extra day with like a grand finale of a workshop with the three of us. And yeah,
I know. I'm so excited. I just can't wait. And there's yoga this year.
Yeah, yoga every morning. We heard in the feedback last year, people were asking for yoga. So we've got that set up every morning. I think at 6 a.m., 6 or 6:30. Early for the early birds that like to do the yoga. I wanted to get them in and then have enough time to, get ready for their day, rather, not just come right from yoga into the morning group.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good idea always. Have that little break, maybe a shower. So yeah, there's going to be it's really such a beautiful place, and it's magical to be out there in Sedona anyway. And Richie's here today too. Hi, Richie. Yeah. So and I feel like being out there is a special treat. Being with the three of you is a special treat. And I felt like everybody in the group was a special treat.
Oh,
Yeah.
It
was just like the whole energy, the synergy around all of it.
Mm-hmm. The synergy between all of us and the facilitators of Sidonia, Anthony and Sonia, just loves, and the space that they hold for everybody. And it's so beautiful. Yeah. And about half of the people, we've got it figured out, about half of the people coming this year were with us last year. So we've got a really great breakdown. We've got new people coming and old people coming. So it'll be like a reunion of sorts, which is awesome.
Perfect. Yeah. I love that. I think it's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm really, really excited. JJ and I are going to be together. We're sharing a house. So Two
Oh,
Tots speaks, and everybody, I think everybody here knows Two Tots. Two Tots. So JJ, she's amazing,
she
and
is.
she also does some light language while we're there. And anybody that's here, I'm sure Richie remembers it, but her light language is so beautiful, and it's funny, it's joyful.
Oh, she's hilarious. You can't, but not like you laugh. You laugh nonstop when she's around.
I know, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's kind of my idea of a good spiritual community when there can be that joy.
Oh, and that playfulness
Yeah,
and that, not taking everything so seriously.
yeah.
No.
I've read this book and I've studied with this person, and you're like, okay, let's do some silly light language and laugh and have some great times. So
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
that
it
it's
was very cool last year when she went around the room speaking her light language specifically at each one of us, saying what she was saying. And even though I couldn't translate what she was saying to me, but there's something on your insides that takes it in, and there's some level of understanding about what was said to you, even though you don't consciously translate it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, you can totally get the vibe of what she's saying,
Yeah.
and and just her attitude about it. She gives you that synergy, really.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. She's so gifted and intuitive, and she's filled with joy. So,
Mhm.
Estelle, yeah, you should come. She says, I'd love to go. Sedona and Sonoma both on my bucket list. Yeah, last year was my first year to go to Sedona. I'd never been. I'd been to Santa Fe, but I'd never been to Sedona. And gosh, am I glad I got to go. So, yeah,
It's a special place for sure.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, Callie, I was looking for what you said, what Annie Bear said. And I couldn't find it, Annie Bear. So she was talking, same Annie Bear. I'm sure we've had a past life together. Her and I, she and Tuta feel like home. Yeah, and that's the good thing about everybody that's on this retreat is it does feel like home. And the people that facilitate it there at Sidonia, I can never pronounce that properly.
Sedonia.
Sidonia. Okay, that's easy. I told you you have to follow me everywhere now, right?
Yes.
We already had this conversation today. So, so it's kind of like everybody there just can brings in that energy and that artistic. Sonia, oh my God, when she plays her huge gong,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, the music she brings into it. So really, really incredible.
it
Uh,
just elevates. It elevates the space. It elevates your insides. It elevates your outsides. Yeah, we all walked away floating.
Completely, literally, yeah, yeah. In fact, Kevin had he had a hard time coming back there for a little bit.
Yes.
Bless him. Anyway, all right. Well, anything else you want to talk about today before we get started on questions? We've got a few here.
Um, well, let's see. There are a few seats available. So if anybody is interested, my website is jeffreypeck.com. Go to the Sedona page. It's right there on the top. And also, my website was recently zhuzhed, so to speak, and there are a lot of there's a page of spiritual resources for your support on your spiritual path, and I've created some really cool meditations for free, some worksheets that are like guidelines to help you along your like five ways to manage anxiety, feel it from the spiritual senses. You know what I mean? I can't exactly think of all of them. I should have had them written out here, but I'm getting a lot of really great feedback, you guys. So if you're interested, please go there, take a look. It's all free. The feedback on the meditations is It's so touching. My favorite one is called Meet Me at the Bridge. And it's a meditation where I walk you into going to that special place and connecting with your crossed over pets. And they all come to meet you. And the feedback, the feedback coming back on that one is just so beautiful, and comes with all those beautiful tears, those beautiful healing tears, in reconnecting with their essence. And it's very real. It's very real. So meet your spirit guides, meet your pets, and well, there's another one I can't think of it. Oh, white light meditation. That's another good one too. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. I love that. I love that you shushed.
A
I feel
zhuzh.
like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's been about 6 years, and I thought it was time for a zhuzh. And I
yeah,
needed something with a little bit more capability and a little bit more functionality. So,
yeah. Well, it's always times are changing.
mhm.
I mean, oh my gosh, the energy right now, it's happening so fast, and it's like, it just seems like the last 6 months have flown.
Oh, honestly, I mean, it's almost June, right? And
Yeah,
what for me personally, because my birthday is in August, when my birthday happens, like 2 weeks later, it's Labor Day. Once Labor Day hits, in my mind, my juvenile mind, the holidays are here because it's pumpkin season. And here comes Halloween. And I mean, yeah, so yeah, it's just going so
yeah,
fast.
it really is. Allie says she loves the new website.
Oh, thanks, Allie.
Yeah, hi, Allie.
Yeah, hi there.
So,
Thank
hey,
you.
Lorraine. Okay, well, let's get started. We've got a few questions here. Um, let's see. We will go with S. Steele. Hey, S. Steele. Do I happen to have any past lives where I might have been a witch, shaman, or some type of healer? Sometimes I feel like that could be the case, but I won't accept it in this life. I keep it blocked.
You want me to start talking?
You feel free to. I'm just writing some things down that's
Yeah.
coming in.
Is this Sue? Is that her name?
S. I call her
Oh,
S. Steele.
oh, S Steele. Okay, S Steele. Just the mere fact that you are feeling that on your insides, the answer is yes. There is definitely that connection that you're feeling, and I think that I feel like it's also um, touching into where you are in your own spiritual journey, where your recognition of this is your own consciousness expansion. There's a real sense of transformation with regard to your own spiritual journey. And I know that this has been opening up, and it feels to me like there's a lot of healing to do around all of that you're feeling on your insides. You mentioned that that you're blocked. You keep it blocked, yes. But I won't accept it in this life. You keep it blocked. The whole witchcraft is a loaded word. Let's be honest. I mean, throughout the ages, it comes with a lot of triggers. It comes with a lot of baggage, and it in itself is no different than us being manifestors today, where we are working with the energy and we're using vision boards and affirmations, envisioning our future and making that happen. We're working with energy just like they did. Shamans go deep, very beautiful energetic work. But again, comes with it's a loaded word, So I really want to encourage you to recognize within where you are and why you're blocking it, because this spiritual capacity within you is very natural. It's very normal. And it's, we're all on this spiritual journey, waking up to that conscious expansion, all of what we are. And ultimately, first and foremost, we are an unlimited being. We're an unlimited soul, right? In this 3D world with this ego, we really can't wrap our brains around unlimited. And We are. So pay attention. Yes, I think so too. My brain kind of wants it, but I'm scared of it. I want it, but I won't accept it at the same time. I'm not sure what to do to help myself through it. So I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. So what I was feeling earlier is there's a sense that you were made to pay in another life. I know I have. I've seen myself burning at a stake. I've seen myself hanging from a top of a castle. I've seen myself, most of us have been. Most of us on this path that are waking up to the truth and who we are have already been there. And this is another opportunity for us to expand even more, right? So you honestly have absolutely nothing to be afraid of. When you feel that fear, I want to encourage you to call on Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael with his sword of light is there for protection, for security, for that well, he'll confront the bullies, so to speak. So yeah, call on Archangel Michael. Allow yourself to feel that and let it go. You don't have anything to be afraid of today.
Yeah, I agree. So I get, they were just kind of showing me your heart. In your heart, it's your inner heart. So, which can be like your inner child. Um, and whatever happened back then, and I do feel like it's a past life situation that something happened, like Jeffrey was saying, and I feel like you were made to pay. Definitely. And that happened in so many lifetimes for so many of us, right? Um, that this type of thing happened. And not only that, in this lifetime, we're taught, not to use our powers. Oh, you didn't see that. Oh, you can't do that. And probably a lot of, if you're anything like me, a lot of my old friends and my family sometimes, even though we were raised with it, we don't talk a lot about it. I mean, it's not a conversation that's being had between most people, but everybody here, right? So we're so lucky and blessed that we have that. I feel like this healing that you're going to do, Estelle, is going to be a healing not just for you and your inner child, but it's going to be also be a healing for your lineage. So it's going to go back the 7 generations, and also it's going to be a healing for your descendants. So ancestors and descendants, it's going to be on either side. So there's that big heart that you're healing on either side. So yeah, let us know if you've got any questions, dear. And Kevin is here. Hello, beautiful
Hi, Kevin.
Kevin. Yeah.
Yeah, Terry, I love that you brought that up because that is it's very true. In healing that aspect, it is taking on and healing a lot of that karmic pattern through the ages in our family line and and moving forward so that the descendants don't have to experience that anymore either. And it's, a lot of us in this lifetime, and I'm ventured to say nearly all of us who are here in this room watching these shows like Terry's and mine and Kevin's and Debbie's, I mean, we're all here on the spiritual path, searching, seeking, looking for that healing and that, expansion. And a lot of us are here to do that extra work, to do that extra work, that deeper work, that healing. Does the healing for a descendant have to be by blood? No.
Mm-mm. Not at
Absolutely not.
all. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of ways they can be your descendant. And also another good way to look at it as still that I'm working with a lot is asking your past self to come forward from a different dimension or a different lifetime and asking your future self to come forward and both walk with you on that path. And when you do that, you really do become more centered and calling in your future self or yourself on another dimension to assist you, just like we would call in an ancestor or an angel to help us as well. So it creates that synergy. So,
I love
oh,
that.
yeah, yeah. All right. Thank you. That was a beautiful question.
Really was. It's very helpful for a lot of people.
Yeah. Holistic RN Diana. Hi, Diana.
Hi, Diana.
Would love whatever messages you have for me. Sedona sounds wonderful. Okay. You're welcome, Estelle.
Diana, you know what? The first thing that I feel nudged to talk about with you is about your, like, I want to encourage a little bit more awareness around your own self-care. Almost like, and I feel like I feel like you do, but there's a feeling like I have been going and going and going, and I'm tired. And when we get to that place and we still have things to do, we tend to push ourselves, you know. But I feel like I really want to encourage you to take a beat, and water your garden, so to speak. You know what? Water your own garden, your own internal garden. There's a feeling like I want to this healing sense. I just saw a rainbow all around you, and anytime I see rainbow around somebody, it signifies Reiki. And that also tells me that there's also additional healing taking place within. And sometimes that healing comes with, well, sometimes it's not easy, you know, and that's okay. These deep-seated issues, especially the ones that are we talked about earlier, that are ancestral, takes a while. It can take a minute, you know, and it can be gone in a flash. It can be gone in a couple flashes, but sometimes it's not easy. And I just feel like I just want to encourage you to just, it's okay to take a beat, take a rest, water your garden.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's the year of the snake, and Spirit brought in the snake, and the snake is a two-headed snake, and it feels like the snake has been through some things, which all of us have been this year, right? It's been a chaotic year, I could say. Okay, and she's focusing all her energy on building my business as a nurse, coaching, and healing for others. So you're so right. I need some rest too. Yeah, you've been burning it at both ends.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. The two-headed snake, you've been burning it at both ends. And it's like it's time for Diana. So if you can treat yourself like the gift, Diana, and that's one thing that I try to remind myself to do sometimes, like what's going to bring you joy today, whether it's just going for a short walk or running into a shop and getting yourself a gift, whether that's a new purse or, some trinket at a garage sale. Doesn't matter. Just something that sparkles and gives you a little sparkle, but something that makes you happy and joyful. And sometimes it's just connection with other people and smiles. So yeah. Also, I like what you were talking about, Jeffrey, about taking care of ourselves, right? And making sure that we're doing a lot of self care. So I'm sure you are, because you're into coaching and healing, but sometimes we're the worst ones.
Mhm.
And you're like, oh, I've just got to get this reading. This person really needs it. And let me do this and that. And then the next thing you know, your energy is so high that you almost can't go do anything else, right? So just make sure that you're taking care of yourself. But it feels like what you're doing is like going to be the gift for everybody.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It just feels like it's going to go gangbusters.
Yeah.
But make sure in the process you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And Diana, too, before we wrap up with you, when I was done talking with you and Teri started to speak, I pulled a card for you, and the card that came up for you is patience. So, and that makes sense now that we know you've been, busting it from both ends to, build your business and all that good stuff. So yeah, just remember that. It's all in divine timing. You're doing everything you can. What you're doing is truly amazing and well done. Keep going. And also give yourself a little bit of a break.
Yeah. Yeah. There's going to be, the call has gone out. Like we all were born here, or we decided to come in here to this planet right now. But also, not only that, you're going to be situated exactly where you need to be, Diana. And the call is coming up. So any of you guys that want to be readers or coaches or do anything in the holistic movement, Reiki masters, right? It's going to be huge. So really, really important. All right, you've got it. You're welcome, dear.
Thank you, Diana.
Yeah. Callie cracks me up. Okay. What are our favorite desserts? Fun question. What are our favorite desserts?
Ooh, that's a pretty long list.
Right?
Favorite. You know what? Probably like a chocolate lava flourless cake. You know those little
Yeah, please.
flourless chocolate and it's got that super hot gooey chocolate on the inside.
Yeah.
Topped with vanilla bean ice cream.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That did me in right there. Yeah. I used to always go for a Napoleon. That's kind of our favorite in this family. There's a Swiss confectioner here in town, and they make the best ones, and that's what we usually do for holidays. But I don't know. That chocolate cake sounds really good today now. Okay, Callie. Why is it that past life stuff is coming up so much lately and appearing more and more physically? What a great question. And Callie's going to be in Sedona with us too.
Kelly. Oh, yes, yes.
Mhm.
Pogo Pogo. Oh, I just emailed her yesterday. Yeah. Hi,
Oh, good.
Kelly.
Yeah.
So that's a great question.
So I feel like the past life stuff is because as we're moving into the fifth realm or the fifth density, whatever you want to call it, as we're moving on up, we can't take this old stuff with us. And a lot of us have been on our path. I'm just going to say probably everybody here has been on their path a long time, done a lot of emotional work, done a lot of spiritual work, but there's still all these old things that we can learn one more thing from. And it's really quite interesting that all of a sudden something will click up and I'll be like, really? Didn't I take care of you 5 years ago? But so we're just getting more that we can understand from it. And as we do so, that past self, you connect that little piece of you that you left behind. And that feeds your future self. So it's such a healing moment, and it creates your power and your light body. So it really feeds you, your soul.
Yeah, this is happening with so many of us. Most of us, actually, most of us. We're being confronted with all of these old wounds, these old traumas. And if you think about it, quantum physics has shown that all of this time stuff, it's all happening at the same time. So past lives aren't so much linearly behind us. They're all happening at the same time. And we are given these opportunities to really let go of a lot of these old wounds. We were just talking about the ancestral wounds that travel from generation to generation, that a lot of us here right now are doing the work to, make sure that none of the descendants have to experience any of that at all ever again, right? And that's why, Callie, that's why. You're feeling it. You don't need to be afraid of it. Recognize it. Say, oh, that's interesting. And do your best to really recognize the gift in those wounds, how they made you stronger, how they made you wiser, because you're a healer in your own right. And it's the wounded healer that is able to truly step forward and guide and lead and assist those who aren't quite ready to understand that they have it within them too. So it's beautiful. If you're feeling overwhelmed, you always have your guides and your guardians on standby, waiting for you to help support and alleviate. Thankfully, I have friends and teachers helping me process everything. Yes, it is so interesting. Yeah. It is so interesting. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She says, yes, definitely. Finding all that, the parallel thing makes sense. It really does. And I love what you said about acknowledging it and being kind of curious about it. Like, what am I learning from this? It changes. Like fear takes up a different part of your brain than curiosity. So once you move into curiosity, it changes all that. And the other thing I feel like witness, like when we witness what we're feeling, witnessing awareness is huge right now, and that's part of this big growth spurt that we're going through is witnessing. So we've got a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of the parallel, so one thing that I have that I do for myself and my other selves, if I'm feeling really extra one day, and I'm feeling strong and together and I'm standing in my power, I go within and I call out to all of my other selves and say, hey guys, draw from me. I've got all this extra, draw from me if you need it. And on those days where I'm not feeling in my power and I'm just feeling stuck and exhausted and confused, I call out to all those other selves, say, okay, I need a lifeline here. So, and it's helpful. It's helpful.
I love that. I love that. I do feel like we've left behind little aspects of ourselves for different reasons and reconnecting them, but feeding them when you feel full. And I love, you work a lot with going into your power self and meditations and that's been really life-changing for me because I do feel like we're kind of walking around with Metatron and we're seeing eye to eye on things a lot of times, right? Because we are. I mean, we are divine beings. So owning it.
Powerful. Yeah. Limitless.
Yeah. Beautiful. This is interesting. Deanne. Hi, Deanne. On the new earth, do we have to drag the baggage and toxins in from the old world? What purpose does it serve? It's not only old, it's useless. Love that. Beautiful, Deanne. Thank you. Okay. Go to another question here.
I want to say something to Deanne quick. Deanne, no, we do not have to drag that baggage. The new earth, some call it the fifth dimension, the fifth, what did you call it? The fifth
realm.
Okay. However, at this point we're just talking about words, and that lower energy doesn't have a place there. So in getting there, this is with us letting go of those old wounds, learning from them, taking that wisdom from those experiences and taking it into the next level. That's the purpose that it serves, that healing, that conscious expansion, healing the heart, paving the way for the descendants in the family to not have to experience those ancestral wounds that travel through the generations.
Yeah, yeah, we're really not going to be taking it with us. It's going to be lovely. It's it's just like 6 months ago looked like it was so far back, right? It looked like it was 10 years ago. I think in another 2 years and definitely in 5 years, we're going to look back at where we are right now and kind of laugh and be able to laugh. And it's going to be a beautiful place where between the quantum field and AI and beautiful new sciences and arts that are being born from AI and everybody's brain, like everybody's really tapping into their creative consciousness. And there'll be new ways of healing modalities, and there'll be new ways physically and spiritually. So,
Oh yeah,
it's
there's so
beautiful.
much opening up. There's so much opening up, and there's so much shutting down at the same time,
Yeah,
because that which is no longer working can't. So by natural law, other stuff will open up. And this, we're moving into such a service oriented space from within where we are truly in service to each other. If you think about, we've heard the news, as with AI coming more and more into our daily life, our experience, we've heard that, so many jobs will be taken over by the AI. Well, it's going to open up a lot of other opportunities that we might not have otherwise thought about. And we're moving into that service oriented where we're truly in service to each other, however that looks.
yeah, 100%. It's going to be AI is a tool that we work with in other lifetimes, and that's what they've shown me.
Mhm.
And I know it. It's like I've seen it, and like if you're driving a ship, you don't turn knobs or anything. Intuitively, you tell it what to do, and it's an intuitive connection. So it's going to be huge for all of us, especially anybody um, that's neurodivergent. It's going to
Oh,
be a huge tool, and a
completely.
lot of them are already using it.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, we do this in other lifetimes with AI already.
Oh, totally.
Yeah,
Totally. And, I'm so happy that you said that the intuitive, communicating intuitively. Have you listened to the telepathy tapes, the podcast?
so in love with them.
Oh my,
So in
I
love with
can't
them.
get
Yes,
enough. I have listened to it over and over. It is so incredibly fascinating. And it's so like, although it sounds really out there, far-fetched, the evidence that is shown through all of these people around the world meeting on the hill, having these experiences together. I mean, it's just like it's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. So yeah, to that whole intuitive communication, telepathy, when we're talking with guides and guardians and our loved ones on the other side, it's all telepathy. So, and we being spiritual, unlimited beings ourselves, we just kind of forgot that we had that naturally within us. It's
yeah.
awesome. For those of you that haven't heard of the telepathy tapes, highly, highly recommend. If I had more thumbs than two, I'd put them all up.
Put mine up too. They are phenomenal. We have quite a bit of neurodiversity in my family, and it just fits in. And I know that if we had the AI that I call it, around way back when, it would have made a huge difference in my life. So, um, okay, let's see. Then we are going to. Do you want to pick one?
Oh no, I love it when I like it when you do the work.
I'm happy to. I don't mind doing it. I just don't want to be rude
No, this
about
is
it.
great.
Okay. Okay. Um, okay, this is interesting, Tracy. There's a proposed highway to be constructed in a few years right over my mom's home. I feel strongly that she needs to sell within 12 months before the highway is officially confirmed. Will she sell? Well, free will planet. So that's up to her. But we can read around it if she should sell. So I'm using my pendulum, and my pendulum, I'll ask it to say yes. That's yes. And no, that's no. And when I ask it this question, will she sell? That's free will. When it stops solid, I know it's free will. So it's totally up to her if she wants to do it. Um, will the highway go over Tracy's mom's property? That might be free will too. It might get changed.
That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm feeling. I'm not feeling like she's going to sell.
Yeah.
Almost like because she eventually doesn't have to. And there's feeling like it's a feeling to me that it's like something is going to shift around it.
Yeah. It feels like it, definitely.
As it is right now, I don't feel her selling.
Yeah. That's good. Okay. So I hope that works out for you there, Tracy. Okay. Do you feel comfortable on a missing person?
I don't know. Let's try.
Okay. Kelly Haney. Hi, and thank you for taking the time with me today. She's so polite. I've been searching for someone very close to me who has been missing since July. His name is Richard Graham. I need to ask, do you sense if he's still alive? Any insight you can offer would mean so much. Oh, it's her partner. Oh, yeah, honey.
Oh, Kelly, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't feel that he's passed. But I feel a real shift in his I guess mental state, or there's something that I feel that's here.
Yeah. Both males. Okay. Yeah, it feels like there's something something happened. With his mental shift or an injury even. So have you been, I'm sure you've checked like all the hospitals and centers where somebody might go. It feels like he got lost, is what they're showing me. Like he started on a path or started going somewhere and he got lost. And he's having a hard time coming back.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. There's a real sense of confusion and like not able to process. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's what happened to his brain. I feel like he's still on the planet, Kelly.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah. You know, he has that weakness. I heard Deepak talk about this one time about addictions and how sometimes, like, there's so much shame around it, right, on this planet.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, it's people think, oh, because they're of a lower vibration or whatever, that we have these addictions. But actually, a lot of people that come into this planet that are a very high vibration, those addictions happen because their bodies, their spirits are not used to this type of environment, this gravity and the density. So no shame there. Yeah, been missing for 9 months. Yeah. Yeah, we did a whole search for him and the police and his tactic team. Yeah, he might be, it feels like he's a little bit weaker and weaker. So I do feel like he's probably been using and on the street, Kelly.
I was going to say that too. The weakness, the slowing down. I felt that too.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what I do in my practice. That if I have somebody that I love and they're not available for any reason, right? Whether they cut you off or perhaps they need to be alone. I send pink light in through the back of the heart chakra and just love. And Free Will Planet, they don't have to accept it, but if that love is there, they can feel it. They can feel the warmth on the back of their heart. And it does make a difference.
Totally. I just got chills when you were saying that. He will accept it. He will accept it. There's a feeling of that, like you said, that feeling of just being lost for the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a divine being having an experience. So when you send him that love, don't send him like poor you, and whatnot. Just send, you're a divine being and I'm giving you so much love unconditionally. So I hope that helps.
Oh, my heart goes out to you, Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly.
That's a hard one. Oh, that's tough.
Yeah. So lots and lots of love. Okay.
I want to say one more thing quickly. This hit me earlier, and I was listening to you talk, and I forgot about it. But Kelly, I do have this sense that he's closer than you think. And I'm not entirely sure what that means, but it's a feeling on my insides. He's closer than you think. That's the words that have just been popping through my head and the feeling. And I don't feel like he's on the other side of the country. I don't feel like he got on a train and, went to wherever. I feel like he's closer than you think. That's.
When you said that, I just got chills. Yeah. Yeah. He's aware of it too. So that he's closer to you, Kelly.
Yeah. And Kelly, I see you made a comment about, let's see, talking to him every day, telepathy, he can hear me. Yeah. Talk to his soul. His soul absolutely is very much connected to you, and he will get it. Yes. He might not get it consciously, but he's receiving it.
Yeah. Yeah. And, it's funny, when we know somebody that's going through a hard time or somebody that's going through a deep depression, a lot of times as empaths, we'll look at them and think, oh, poor you, what can I do to help you? Instead of looking at them as divine beings in their power. And even though in this lifetime, it might look to us on the outside that they're not in their power, this might be something that they wanted to learn about. And just you giving him, Kelly, that type of love, just the way he is, and that he is a divine being, changes the whole aspect of the love that you send.
And that's a really beautiful reminder, Teri, because we the last thing we want to do is pity people for where we are judging where they are. And we think they should be wherever we think they should be. That's judgment.
Yeah.
Pity is a low vibration. And like Teri said, our souls come in with these soul contracts and these experiences that we need to experience for our own soul's growth, no matter how hard it might look from the outside. And to be conscious of that feeling of pity. We might, drive by homeless people under the bridge and have pity. Could very well be their choice. Maybe they're just, decided it's easier, or maybe through no fault of their own, because of the nature of the world that we're in today, they just had to be there. So
Yeah.
we send light, we send love, we send honor, we send gratitude.
Yeah, and just like we were talking about the telepathy tapes, people are very sensitive. Like sometimes we think of as people are going through something that they're not that sensitive or telepathic, but oh, it, quite to the contrary. So, and when you said that he knows that you're around, Kelly, that's huge.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Lots of love, Kelly. You're so welcome. Um, let's see. Okay, Wiki. Hey, Wiki. Hi, Teri.
Vicky.
I know, I love Wiki. Um, hi, Teri and Jeffrey. I think I've been getting signs of coins and birds. Any ideas who's reaching out to me? And thanks. Who's not reaching out to you, Wiki?
Oh my gosh. I was thinking, I was like feeling this crowd,
Right? Yeah. Yeah. And they're kind of laughing about it.
Yeah,
They're
it's
like,
very playful.
yeah, yeah, they're getting a big kick out of it. Um, so, you know, our spirit teams and our angels around us are our biggest cheerleaders. And you're doing something really special right now, I think. And they're just having a blast with it. So, yeah, beautiful. Anything else or
Yes. Vicky, there's a feeling around this whereby they're all getting your attention. They're really working getting your attention, and they've gotten your attention by you noticing this and but just by you having this question. You're like, what's going on? You are experiencing your own sense of expansion and transformation. There's a sense of like your own spiritual senses dialing up a little bit more sensitivity around that. And I have to talk about the birds. Vicky, do you have a connection with, I keep seeing like crows or ravens. There's something with the crow and the raven. And I love crows and ravens. The crows and the ravens, their mystical power, their mystical energy is so beautiful to me. Yes, crows. Oh, yeah. Okay. Thanks, Vicky. That totem of the crow is very much in your vibe right now. Oh, she feeds the ones that come to her deck. Okay, well, yeah, keep doing that. There is a real playful vibe around all of that too. Even with the birds, a real playful vibe. You're a natural communicator, and you recognizing this to like, how was somebody's getting my attention here. I love that you asked this question, because so many of us are being bombarded by spirit to get our attention. The synchronicities that happen, the synchronicities that make you go, okay, that was really weird. It's happening to all of us. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, everybody's talking about the crows and the ravens lately. It feels like they're all around. Yeah, Wiki, what Jeffrey was talking about when you said, yeah, communicating with them. And this is going to be like a gift that's coming in. So the crows alerted you to the owl. Yeah. And when we start working with the winged ones, we can really look at things from a different perspective, and that witnessing awareness grows. So sometimes you might kind of play around with looking through the eyes of your crow or the eyes of your owl, and looking at something from far above that has been bothering you, or a situation that you're seeing on the planet that you're worried about, or sending light and love to also. But birds bring messages from heaven to the earth, and they're the only animal that does. So you might kind of look at that too, because it does feel like those are your angels and your spirit team.
I love it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love that. All right. Let's see. Do you have time for one more?
Sure.
Okay. Lisa Davies. Hello, Lisa. I would love any guidance on my spiritual awakening journey. Lisa, as soon as I called your name, somebody's car alarm went off. So I feel like they're really getting your attention right now.
Totally. There's also a feeling that I just want to remind you that I want to encourage you to move forward through this with a real sense of that childlike wonder, that childlike curiosity, that childlike playfulness. When we access that within us, it immediately raises our vibration. Remember, don't take everything so seriously. Have fun with it. And call in your guides and guardians and ask for signs. Ask for signs of their presence. Ask them to show you a blue jay. And just watch how they connect with you.
I love that. Also, they were showing me a box, Lisa, and I see boxes a lot. Spirit shows me boxes a lot, and everybody's box is different. Like sometimes your box is really tight, and sometimes it's really big, and sometimes it has a bow on it like a present. And your box is shaped differently than everybody else's, which it should be, right? The box that we open. And your box opens up and it does a very different thing. It's asymmetrical and not what you might expect. So and everybody's awakening is different than everyone else's, but just know that it's going to be just right for you, and have fun with it. I love that you said have fun with it and have joy with it. And as that opens up, it should be different than your teachers or different than your guides. It should look different than everybody else's, and because we all have different strengths, and as your strengths grow, that's going to look different. So, somebody that was your teacher or somebody that you took courses from, it'll look completely different from theirs because yours will be completely different.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said completely different a lot of times already. I know. I'm aware of this. Yeah. Yeah, it is very different, she's saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
And as this happens, it's like it's good that you make it your own because it's your creativity, and that's what you're pulling from, that creative mind. So, the universal mind.
Yeah, and I love that you're aware, Lisa. I love that you're aware of how different it is, because so many of us, when we listen to teachers on YouTube or podcasts or TV, whatever, it's so easy to suddenly find ourselves holding these expectations and demands that we don't even realize we're holding. We're just expecting it to be like them. We're expecting it to be like them. No. When we have those when we have those expectations and demands, we start to block ourselves from our own, what we are supposed to experience. And they're all so much different. They're all so different. But at the end of the day, as different as they all are, they're so similar when we get to talking about our own, and we find such similarity in those differences. And yeah, so it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Love that. Love that. Well, thank you so much for being here today, dear. This went so fast and so much fun. And Jeffrey is going to be on with Kevin in a wee bit. So, Kevin Lewis. And I just wanted to reiterate that we've got Awakened, Immersed, and Inspired Sedona Retreat coming up, and there's still a few openings. So, if you want to come to Sedona soon, please look into it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks, Hypnicity. Yeah, you're welcome, Lisa. She says, I'm open soon. I'm soon so open to whatever comes. That's exactly how to be. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's exactly how to do it. Yay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, have a great night. Did you want to say anything else?
I just want to say it's wonderful to be here with you again. I just love to hang out with you and all of your viewers. It's great to see you guys. Yes, I'll be on in 30 minutes with Kevin Lewis on both of our platforms, both of our shows. And darling, I can't wait to give you a hug in person in a month.
I know. I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited about it. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, everybody. Well, have a great night. Say hi to all your birds and get some of that money, Wiki. We'll see y'all later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.